Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to Silva Sagas, where every cloud has a silver lining. A little play on words if you're new here. Also, if you're new here, I hope you consider subscribing. Like this video, comment. I love responding to comments, and share. Let me start off by saying my morning routines, I usually get up and watch YouTube. And this morning, one of the families that I watch on YouTube were talking about how they're being cyberbullied because they have a very large following, and people are going out of their way to say mean comments and just, the normal trolls, nasty stuff. And I just need to get this off my chest, and because it's heavy on my heart. That's horrible. That is a horrible thing to do. And if you're out seeking to comment mean things, whether you agree with them or not, it's not right. Those kind of opinions and nasty comments need to be kept to yourselves. I know as a society we can do better. I know that this YouTube thing is a public platform, and some of you make money at it. I don't. I would like to start contributing to my family, hence the Financial Peace University books and the budget videos that I've been putting out. That is why I'm on YouTube. Some of us are trying. But if you're actively looking to make mean comments and looking to hurt someone, that you're sick. You have an issue. And I think that you need to seek help, because it's just not right. And I don't want to bring politics into it, but this past couple weeks has been kind of disturbing to me, because I actually saw, whether you like Trump or not, the actions that Nancy Pelosi took by ripping up the paper and cringing her face was disgusting to me in a public forum. I don't care what your feelings are. You don't have to be mean and despicable. Society is at the highest suicide rate it's ever been, I'm sure. And it's because of being made to feel ugly. And maybe you seek out to hurt people because you feel ugly. And if that's the case, then I think you need to get help. So, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I feel sorry for the people who are being bullied and judged. I hope if I had ever made anybody feel that way, that they would give me the opportunity to apologize, because that was certainly not my intention, and that is not where my heart is. I want to empower and make people feel good and give them hope. And that is why I'm sharing a lot of my personal stuff on YouTube here. So with that said, without further ado, let's get started. I wanted to give you an update on the Financial Peace University that we're doing. We just finished week 4. And, whoops, sorry. I hit the camera. Let me get these other books out of the way. We are in week 4, and we went through, week 4 was all about baby step 4, 5, 6, and 7. And let me give you a recap. Baby step 1 is getting your $1,000 emergency fund together and having it be somewhere that you can get a hold of it in case of an emergency, hence why it's called an emergency fund. They also took us through setting up a budget, and I do the budget on the Everyday app. Let me show you here, or Every Dollar app. I'm sorry, I get that confused every time. Every Dollar from Ramsey. And so every month you set up a budget on your income. And I've added some categories and I've deleted some categories, and I'm going to fine tune it in March, and I'll run you through that when I do a March budget next week. So, but this is the Every Dollar app. These are the transactions that have come through the bank, and I'll show you how it works. Okay, Capital One. My husband made a payment for $239. His normal payment is $50, but he added an additional $189 to that because he accidentally paid the Verizon bill with that. So I would put that to the credit card budget and save. Okay? And then go from there. So that's how the Every Dollar app works. I find it useful, but what is more useful is what I'm going to show you here in a minute is our weekly budget. And that's just so I don't let things slip through the crack because I don't always check my app. So that was learning a zero-based budget and getting our $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2 is our debt snowball, and I will show you in when I bring out the weekly budget. These are our bills, our credit card bills, and our car payment. So we're working on a debt snowball for that, and we're starting this month. So the $292.59 for Kohl's was paid off, but then Valentine's came and my son is going to Germany, and so that $292 went back to $292. So we will be working on clearing those up, but we do not carry our cards with us. We haven't cut them up and we haven't closed the accounts, but the credit cards are not in our wallets, and I was able to spend that $292 again just by giving them my driver's license and social security, so they were able to charge my card. So in talking about our debt snowball, these are my Crayola Super Tip washable markers. I love these. I use them for everything, and they're also very good for lettering, which I'm still learning. So here we wanted visuals to get through our debt snowball. So here's our car loan. We have a 2019 Ford Edge ST. We had no business buying a new car, but my husband has never had a brand new car, and the one time that he did, it got wrecked within 3 weeks. So, and this is my husband's credit card. This is my credit card. Again, my husband's credit card, and we all each have our own Capital One accounts. We each have 2, a Quicksilver and a Platinum. And then, so those are our credit cards, but this is also a tracker that I downloaded, and I'm kind of liking it because once I have the IRS total, this is our total debt, and our level 1, level 2, start and finish date, or each level is 50 pieces, and there are 200 pieces total, so we'll be coloring those in. And we have a start and finish date. So once I get our taxes done, I will be able to put a total here, total debt, and then we can start using this one. My husband loves Tetris, so Tetris was the best thing for us. Yeah, so that's how we're going to be working on our debt snowball, and I'll be updating you as we get to color things in. So be sure to follow along as we go through that. Baby step 3 is having a fully funded emergency fund, and that in our case, since my husband is the sole provider, we need to have 6 months of living expenses saved, and for us that is $26,000 for 6 months. And if anything was to happen to him, he lost a job or he wanted to take time off, we have a fund to fall back on. So that does not get started until baby step 2 is completed. Once baby step 2 is completed, then you can start putting towards your 3 to 6 months expenses. Now, you can do sinking funds and add those into your budget, which we do on a weekly basis. So once you have a fully funded 3 to 6 month savings, you then go on to baby step 4, 5, 6, and 7. Baby step 4, 5, 6, and 7. 4 is to invest 15% of your household income into retirement. Now, I'll have to say my husband and I have done this backwards. Our retirement is fully funded. We're good, and we continue to fund it. My husband has a 401k and a pension plan, plus I have a Roth IRA, so we're good in retirement. It's just living right now that we haven't done very well at. Baby step 5 is saving for our children's college fund. Our last child is not going to college. He wants to go in the Army instead, and that is fine. Our baby step 6 is to pay off your home early. We don't own a home yet. We hope to own one in the future. But right now we don't own a home, so that's not something we need to do. And then baby step 7 is build wealth and give generous. Outrageously generous is what they're talking about, where it becomes fun to just give. Okay, we're on week 2. I took the tithing out of this week and put it to next week, but we did tithe here. I did pay this. This was $18.68. Netflix, Canva, they have not come out. This came out. And the hotel, we did go over our budget for Valentine's Day. My husband reserved a hotel and we had a nice dinner. Dinner we put out for $100. It turned out it was $145. That was a little shocking, so I had to dip into my my grocery fund, and then my son needed a knee brace, so then I had to go into my personal fund for the knee brace. But I have that all tracked in our weekly expenses. Netflix and Canva has not come out yet. And then I always keep a $200 cushion, and as it builds up, I then put it towards the airline tickets, which I don't know if I showed you last week. I did put $500 in savings for the airline, which in March we will purchase all 6 tickets. So, I did take out $30 for these are my cash envelope breakdowns. I took out the $30 for groceries. My husband then made $100 and gave me $100 for to put towards the groceries. We did go over in that. We spent $177. I did put $20 into the pet envelope. Apparently, PetSmart, I had $17.50 in credits. And so I had to buy cat food, and that was $21.99. So that took off take the $17.50 off of that. I only paid $3 and some cents. I put $46 into gas, and the change went over into the groceries. And then, like I said, the remainder of and one of my 20s went into the groceries, and another $20 went to my son's knee brace for volleyball. So what I'm hinting at here is knowing, you need to know where every dollar goes. That's why they call that app Every Dollar. For this week coming up, my husband and I will sit down and do our committee meeting tonight, and then we will know exactly what. I usually budget $2,500 a week for his paycheck, and that's usually dead on. I think last week was $26.74, and then I had a balance forward and made it $29.71. And so once I know on Friday what the balance will be moving forward for this week, I'll write that in and I'll have actual dollars. And then I need to pay the so all those bills would be paid, and we do have the Verizon bill. Again, we moved it over here, and that's why we took the tithing out and moved it over here. And so we only have 3 bills due at the end of the month. And actually, we've been able to put money away every week for our rent, because in the past, we would come to the end of the month and go, oh no, how are we going to pay rent? So that is another thing that has been changed in our budget, is we continually put money away for rent, and so we will never be late with rent. We will never have a check returned for rent. Rent will always be paid on time and fully funded. So that's where we're at, folks, and look forward to tomorrow's video when my husband and I sit down and tell you about how our budget committee meetings work. They're not always smooth. Sometimes there's some hurt feelings and there's some shuffling around, so you'll see how we get all that done. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Also, comment, like, and share. Like I said, I'm trying to contribute to my family's income, and I'm 52 years old. Leaving the house is not conducive for me, not mentally, and not for my son's sake. I need to be here for him, and it's just, we have a dog, and the dog has anxiety, and I know that sounds like an excuse, but it's either get rid of the dog and go out and get a job, which I could do very easily. But we love the dog. My son loves the dog, and so right now, we do it for him. And we're pet lovers, and otherwise I'd be out getting a job. But I do work hard at home. I am trying to build my blog. I am also, which reminds me, I put out a blog post yesterday. If you go to silvasagas.com, you'll see that Silva Sagas Designs is now open. I am doing faux leather earrings for women and bows for baby girls, hair clips and bands. So if you please go to my website, that would be great. Subscribe to my blog. I'm going to put out another blog post today about self-care. And yeah, so again, please subscribe to the channel. Be nice, be kind. Don't look to hurt anybody. It's ugly. It makes my heart cry. It makes me sad. I love the YouTubers that I follow. I think they're decent, honest people, and they're trying to do good. And when you're out there trying to attack them, it stops them from trying to do something good and you may be just a very small portion of people, but it's just mentally exhausting and draining, and like I said, so suicide is an issue these days, and it's just, life is worth living, and life is worth being nice. And I've had somebody who bullied in a different way, and it just doesn't feel good. It makes you feel horrible. It makes you feel lonely, and I don't like it. So please be kind. All right, have a good day. Bye.